Hello, 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 boys and girls. Nigel here from nigelchua.com again. And today I want to share with you how to make money remotely by keeping books. Yeah. So first and foremost, first let me disclaim, right? I really suck at keeping books. Okay. That's why I pay money every month since 2008 to hire good accountants, good bookkeepers to have my books in order. Books means the accounting, the profit and loss, the balance sheets. So there is a market for this. And yes, you can work from home or work from any country that you want. Right. So before I get started, do remember to subscribe to my channel, like this button, like this video, okay? So that will really help with this channel. And let's get going. So a quick introduction. So bookkeepers are really, really important people, okay? Bookkeepers, they keep track of the money flowing through the business of the vendors, the employers, right? What they do is they update, they keep track, they update internal records. They make sure that any money that's coming in is documented, any money that's going out is documented. Make sure that all these are cross-checked with bank statements, right? Okay. And sometimes, right, more experienced bookkeepers, they can also take HR, human resource, payroll duties. They can pay your vendors, they can pay your staff, the contractors, even pay themselves, right? Okay. They can also manage accounts payable, which means outgoing payments, and accounts receivable, which means incoming payments, revenue, right? Really experienced bookkeepers can be involved in tax and financial strategies as well. Okay. But for a start, we're talking about how to make money serving people by providing virtual bookkeeping services, remote booking services, right? Okay, first, why? Okay. At the top of the list is a necessity. There is no way any business can survive without having a good bookkeeper or without a good bookkeeping practice in its business. There is no way. I want to tell you, right? When I first started my business in 2008, right? My first month, I did accounting myself and my wife. I tell you, I don't know how much hair I pull out, okay? I pull out so much hair, it took me more than 2 days, 3 days-ish, and the accounts didn't even fucking tally. It doesn't make sense, okay? I mean, to me now, okay? And within that week itself, we hired an accountant. He is a really, really experienced accountant, freelancer, and then he just got it done just like that. Okay, I mean, with his work, but he knows his shit, and I obviously don't care, right? It's a necessity. There's many business owners like myself who do not excel. Let's just say we do not excel with we're not or not we don't really care about the nitty gritty. We don't really care about the basic and nitty gritty lah, huh? Okay, and we would happily outsource. I have been happily outsourcing my bookkeeping and accounting since 2008. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 17 years. Is my math correct? See, my math suck. That's why I don't like to do bookkeeping and accounting. It's a necessity. So if you love it, do it, please. People like me will thank you. Number two, why virtual bookkeeping? Because it's a behind the scene role. Not everybody likes to be in the forefront. Not everybody likes to be, having high level discussions or doing sales, doing marketing, doing management. Not many. Not everybody likes that. Okay, I'm comfortable with that, but I realize some people aren't. Like me, I can have conversations, I can have painful discussions, or making painful, difficult decisions. I'm okay with that. But bookkeeping is just too painful for me, so I can't. So we all need somebody who likes to do this, who is happy to work behind the scenes. It doesn't mean they are less important. No, they're bookkeepers. Good bookkeepers are very important. Okay, and thirdly, this work can be done remotely. So it doesn't, I don't meet my bookkeeper that often because he's in the same city as me. We meet up once a month, but eventually I don't meet up, right? I mean, somebody else meets up. It can be done remotely. It doesn't matter which country you're in, as long as it's done, it's within a good price, it's accurate, we're good. Okay, so this is a 3 whys. Okay, how to start? Number one, you need to have attention to detail and math skill. Okay, I mentioned this before, I'm terrible with details. I'm very broad-based, high level. So I glaze over with details. But if you find yourself that you like to be behind the scenes, you pay attention to details, you have math skills, right? You can consider virtual bookkeeping, especially if you have time. 5 hours a week is great, 10 hours a week is also okay. Another good news is that there's no need for license. But of course, most employers tend to prefer to hire bookkeepers with certs and training, right? So there are two ways of training. They're not mutually exclusive. You can train officially. You can go to college. You can go to uni. You have seen a diploma or degree or masters in accounting or finance. Okay, not finance. Masters in accounting, right? But that usually takes quite long, with the 2, 3, 4 years even. Okay, or you can self-learn, self-teach yourself by going for courses online. For example, in Udemy, you go for night classes in the college in your city itself. You can probably get it done within half a year or lesser, right? So, or you can do both. Maybe you're trained as an accountant and you keep abreast afresh of any accounting changes. You can also continue going for courses. But for those who have no certs and want to be a virtual bookkeeper, go for online courses, right? That just gives you the basic background and then practice. Remember, right? I just give you a reminder. When you pick up a new skill, okay, bookkeeping is one skill. Doing it online is another skill. We're combining both. So do not rush. It takes time. Okay, take your time to practice, experience. Practice more, get better at things, right? And what you experience, what you note is that the more experience you have and gain, the better you tend to be paid and retain clients. Like for me, like I shared earlier just now, it took me more than 2 days, 48 hours, let's say 16 working hours to do the accounts, and that even didn't tally. And my accountant did it in 1 hour. It just makes sense. He got so much experience, he's very good at what he does, and he just, ta-da, right? So the more experience you get, it becomes a practice, it becomes a habit, the more you can get charged clients, and the more you will earn, and the more you retain. But remember, don't rush. In fact, the more experience you get, the more zen you get, the more people are offered to pay you as well. Because in the end, business owners like me, I don't want to pay an accountant who's inaccurate or inexperienced, right? So I value experience a lot. So just a reminder for you. And that's the easy part, okay? Getting the certs, being chill. Okay, here is where most people, bookkeepers or not, this is the place where most of them sweat because they do not know how to get their first client. They know how to do the books. They know how to do the P&L, the profit and loss. They don't know how to do the balance sheet, but they're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get my first client? Okay, it may be easier than you think. I'm going to give you a crash course right now, okay? Just a simple, quick one, okay? And I'll give you some links below where you can, where they will link out to what you need. You just need 3 things, okay? You need a simple name card. The name card would have your name, would have your contact details, be it your email or your phone number or WhatsApp. Okay, and at the back of the name card would be what's the services you provide. Okay, it could be bookkeeping, it could be accounting, it could be tax advising. But for the simplicity of this video, right, let's just say that you do bookkeeping, right, and then you make sure that they are month-to-month books is tallies, and at the end of the year you do a reporting for them, okay, and then you need a bank account. If you're going to do remotely, what you can do is that you can open a PayPal account or Payoneer account where people can pay directly into your PayPal account or Payoneer account. Or if you're a bit more gung-ho, you're a bit more open, you can also get paid in cryptocurrencies. So that's I'll put the links out down below later. Those are 3 things that you need to prepare. Not more than 7 days. Do not waste your time overthinking your name card, your website, your bank account, please. Okay. And then your website, we just have a more details of what you do. Like your name card would be like, what you started their month-to-month, your profit and loss balance sheet. It's like a one-liner for name card. But for the website, you can go into details. You can say, okay, we'll call it all your documents for your revenue. We'll call it all your documents for your expenses. We'll key in line by line, item by item, and make sure everything tallies. We'll consolidate your bank statements, blah, blah, blah. basically the website is expansion of your name card. Okay, you can even choose to do without a website by having a extended name card. So you just have one document, which is great, right? And then once you are ready in 7 days, okay, I want you to do is to just speak to your close relationships first. Okay, you can speak to your parents, and if you got siblings, speak to your siblings. Okay, or that's the first tier. The second tier will be expanding beyond your close family. Then you're talking about your extended family, your cousins, your uncles and aunties. Then you can go beyond that with your friends and colleagues. Say, hey, okay, let me do a role play with you. If I'm starting out, okay, hi mom, hi dad, hi uncle, hi John, hi so on and so forth. I'm starting a business. I'm becoming a virtual bookkeeper. What I do is that I help business owners, small and large businesses, help them to make sure that all their financial documents are in order. I'll key in all their revenues, their expenses, make sure everything tallies. I can also help to make payroll as well, okay, and make sure that everything's in order for their business to run. Every end of the month, they get a full report card about how the business is doing, who owes them money, and I also can help to chase for people who owes you money. If you know anyone that needs these services or will benefit from this, please let me know. Thank you so much. So you realize that I just share with them what I do, and I ask them if they know someone. So it's not a very direct hard sell. It's more like, hey, do you know somebody? It's really like that. It's like if let's say I want to sell a pen, and these are, I would say, hey, you want to buy a pen? No, I won't ask that. I'll say, hey, I'm selling this pen. This pen writes really well. It's black color and it's really nice and thick, 0.7. And do you know somebody who likes a pen like this with a good grip, smooth flow, and things like that? So then what happens is that when you speak about this to your family, your friends, your colleagues, to your friends, extended family, right? You're asking them to refer someone. And then soon, one of them will say, hey, I know someone. I'll connect him to you. I'll connect her to you. You say thank you. You connect with the person. Then you schedule a coffee session. When you have coffee with them, they see you sitting down with them. You don't have to hard sell. You just say, hey, my name is Nigel. I'm starting a bookkeeping business and I'm looking for more clients, new clients, and this is what I'm going to do. This is what I do for people. Go into some details and ask them what they need. Listen to them. Okay? And that's how I sell. I do a soft sell, right? That's the first way. Normally, with just reaching out to your existing relationship, you should be able to get at least one client. If you are super introverted, you get at least one. If you are a bit more gung-ho, you probably can get 2, 3, 5, 10, depending what's the need of your family's friends or friends of friends. Number 2, you do networking. Frankly speaking, when you speak to your existing relationships and they refer people to you and you go for coffee with them, that's technically networking already. It's more one-to-one. I like one-to-one meetings. That's why I always have coffee meetings. It's easy, it's casual, it's relaxed. Okay, so at the same time, you also can explore paid networking events. Paid networking events is where you pay to network with people, right? One of the paid network events that I went to, that I tried at least twice, or 3 times, is called BNI, Business Network Initiative. So Business Network Initiative is where there's different groups of people, where you pay about $500 a year. You meet up every week, so maybe like $50 a week. Is it? No, $10 a week, right? You meet every week and refer leads and clients to each other. It's the same like number 1, where you tap on your existing relationships. But for BNI is that these people are also incentivized to refer people to you who needs your services. Okay? And what I like about BNI is that they are looking out for you. That means every time, let's say for example, you are a bookkeeper, every time they know somebody who's starting a business, they will think of you as the bookkeeper. They will refer to you first, because that's the rule and the game of these paid networking events. You help each other. And likewise, when you find somebody that they need, you refer to them. That's how you take care of each other, right? And there's multiple types of paid networking events, but I can only think of BNI because I was a member there. Okay, so this is the way you get your first client. Next, let's talk about the fees. How much should you charge? Especially if you're new, right? You're like, I don't know. I really, of course you won't know. You're new, right? So one of the simplest way to find out the fees that you should and can charge is to call your competitors. Go through the yellow pages if it's still around, or just Google search virtual bookkeepers and check how much they charge by hourly or by retainer. Okay. So before I go to number one, let me explain to you that first. So find out how much they charge. Run a list. Number one, charge maybe 50 an hour. Number two, charge 60 an hour, so on and so forth. And then you can aggregate and charge the average if you want to. However, I would recommend that you go with market. So if the market can charge $100 an hour, you should go to $100 an hour. Of course, it's hard in the beginning. So if you want to have an easy sell for the first one, go low. If the market charges $100 an hour, you can charge 20, 30, 50. Go low. You just say, because you're my first client, I'd like to offer you my first client that opened the doors to my business. I'll be very grateful. And if they take, close the deal. And then, of course, your next client, you charge more. If the market is 100 and you charge 50 for your first one, the next one, please charge 60 or 65. Charge until you meet the market price. Okay. Let's talk about number one. I feel that the best model, the best approach is a retainer model. The retainer model is basically a model that talks about subscription. A subscription is basically like, okay, Nigel, every month I'm going to pay you $300, and you just all my receipts, all my invoices, all my receivable, payables, I'll just pass to you. You just settle everything for me. End of the month, you just give me my report. And that's what I want. Okay, I don't want to hear that this month you charge me 10 hours and next month you charge me 35 hours. It's like it's not stable for me. It just fluctuates, and I don't quite like that. So I'll just give me a retainer model, and you gain the retainer model fees. You can check with your competitors and see what they are charging. Okay, so that's for the fees. Next, you gotta decide how many clients do you want, how many hours do you want to work, right? So because the reason why I like side hustles, entrepreneurship, business, because you get too much control, you get too much flexibility. How big you want your business to be? Normally, by the fact of you want to do a virtual bookkeeping business, earn more money, right? It's on the side. So I believe normally it's a lifestyle business. So maybe you can work 10 hours a week, 15 hours a week. But you also have the capability to go push it as much as you want. 60 hours a week, if you got a business, grow for it. Go if you want to. I optimize to have fun, to learn and live and invest. So this is up to you. I can't really advise. It depends how much you want to earn, how much you want to learn, how much you want to grow. It's personal, so I leave it to you. And the last point I want to share is that you got to protect yourself and your business. So as a virtual bookkeeper, you do have risk. So speak to your general insurance friends or general insurance agents. Ask about professional indemnity insurance and general liability insurance. Sometimes mistakes happen, things do happen. So it's always good to have a insurance umbrella policy to just protect you from any unnecessary risk. And that's all you need to get started as a virtual bookkeeper. You don't even need a license, really. So I'm really excited to share this with you and to just remind you that there's a lot of demand for virtual bookkeeping. People like me who suck at bookkeeping, who suck at being attentive to details. I've been paying for so many years, since 2008, man. 2008, 14 years. 14 years? 14 years. Every month for 14 years, we've been paying for virtual bookkeeping. Okay, semi-virtual, because sometimes we meet the accountant. But if my accountant is virtual, I don't care. As long as the job is done. That's all I have for you today. Take care, make more money, earn more, save more, invest more. Bye.